Let's go for this story on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. Tinubu to youths, protest needless. I'm addressing your grievances.
Yes, this is the way the Vanguard puts it. Tinubu to youths. It says the protest is needless. Addressing your grievances. But there's a rider in the story that caught my attention, and I'd like to talk about. It says Onanuga Obi face of takes new twist. Yes, Obi's lawyers have written Bayo Onanuga, and they've demanded 5 5 billion from him, and an apology within 72 hours. And Patu Tommy has also vowed to sue Onanuga. I think the president needs to make an effort to call these people in and try to assuage their feelings. And let's quickly put this behind us before it blows up into something that we probably can't handle. The reason being that some of the reactions that are incidentally identified with, to be honest with you, some of the reactions we are getting, it doesn't sound too good. It says here, there's Masob said that Onanuga's evil incitement against Obi will fail. Okay, and he says that Masob has found that Onanuga's attack on Obi, saying that the incitement against Obi will come to naught. They believe that, again, that there is something against the Igbos. That's a hidden message in all this. I don't want to read it out in full because we really don't have time. Also, you have another group called the Southeast Revival Group. And they say that this shameless position by a government that has chosen to spread falsehoods and lies about Peter Obi instead of finding ways to help hungry and suffering masses. The same thing, it's a frontline group from the East. And there's another one here. These two stories I read are from the Vanguard. There is one here that also, it bothers one. Onanuga wants to incite Nigerians against Igbo or Hanese. And I seem to identify with that because it's been very, very consistent. Always bringing in Obi and IPOB. He's a government official. He's the SSA to the president. The SSA to the president cannot make part of his citizens their enemies, as it were. You cannot keep attacking them at the slightest, not even provocation. Once there's an incident, you trace it down to them. I think that the president should rein him in. And given the fact that sometimes he's one to offer to give statements that are in contradiction to what the president's spokesman would say in Gelale, I think that the government needs to streamline this position and let us know who is the boss in that area. And the government should be speaking at all times with one voice. The stance that the president has now taken, which is a reasonable one, is at variance with what he and the other SSA who said that, those who voted for President Tinubu would also come out, to show their solidarity. They don't get it. Sheriff, these people don't get it. It's not a competition. It's not a campaign. The truth is that at least this time around, people want to express their feelings. If you don't let them exhale, only God knows what will happen. They must be allowed to express their feelings, the hunger and the pain that people are going to. In how many households won't you find that pain? People look at me that, okay, we are, because we have jobs, we're in the middle class, we feel the pain. If you feel the pain, you feel the pain. We feel the pain. Simply meaning that the things you could do with ease before, in some you cannot even do at all. And so there needs to be a clear understanding, and that people will always look up to the government to provide succor. And in any case, the example that has been set by our leading politicians, it makes it look as if we are in some place called Animal Farm. Some people are enjoying themselves. Go to the social media, you see it. Those who we know as politicians and friends of politicians, traditional rulers, chiefs, and so on and so forth, they're having a ball. They are having a ball. And I hope people realize that there is something called the social revolution. See, let me tell you this. I've been trying to restrain myself. But let me tell you this in the best way I can put it. If you have, I hope these protests, I'm in support of them, but I hope it doesn't take off, because Guess who's going to bear the brunt? It's we. Because we people who, all of us, who are all mixed together, is where the anger is going to be thrown at. So we should all be concerned. And I'm reading things like, oh, we are going to go to the airport. Oh, we know their houses. We know where they live. We know their families. There is so much tension going around that the government owes it a responsibility to handle this thing with a very soft hand. Firm, yes, but watch the lingo. So my advice to the president is take control of this situation, take control of the language, take control. Like the reaction of the Inspector General is extremely reasonable. He keeps talking about violence. He says he knows that is a matured whatever. He knows that, you have the right to do so. Also, I read in Leadership newspaper early this morning, I don't know if it is true, but what I read is that the National Association of Nigerian Students, Lagos, have said that they would not be part of the demonstration. That is valid. You can't fault them on that. And it's within their rights to do so. What I found disturbing, though, was that they now said that it was reported that they said that, they were going to plan a pro-government rally during this same period. And I said to myself, why would you students want to go? Because if that happens, it would jolly well lead to violence. Why do you want to do this for these politicians? What good have they actually done for you? But even if you wanted to, would this be the time for you to have a pro rally? So all of us need to be careful. Our young people need to be extremely careful in the things that we do.